Scholars from different works discuss the concept of the private sector and the public sector towards the National Vision 2050. The goal is to attract capital to the private sector, attract technology and the private sector to have more effective management. Here are more details with Kanki Magumole.
This has been revealed by scholars at a conference on public-private partnerships at the University of Dar es Salaam on the role of public-private partnerships in achieving the goals of Tanzania's Development Vision 2050, the PPP concept, and its role towards the national vision.
To face this challenge, we need alternative financing so that for the areas where there might be private sector appetite to implement, should be left to the private sector so that we get enough resources to invest in this critical sector, which is human capital building.
The conference took an interesting tour when Professor Abel Kinyondo highlighted the role of the private sector and foreign capital in building Tanzania's economy, which he says, if it is done well, it will help the nation, but there's lack of good governance in subsectors with regards to transparency.
Without good governance, it's impossible to do this. We have to get rid of corruption. We have to have a land that is governed by rule of law, transparency.
But through involvement of the private sector, we see that the 2050 vision is going to be realized because the local government authorities will be empowered financially, and their capacity to execute projects that intend to offer service to the citizens will be strengthened.
The importance of a legal framework that must be observed transparently, that we must all adhere to enthusiastically, because knowing if we don't have good contracts, good partnerships, we shall not benefit.
In addition to that, a book on the state market and institutional failure, the forced birth, the life or suffering, the painful death of MV Bukoba was launched by Professor William Anangisye. Kanki Maigomole, TBC News.
The Commissioner General of the Osaka Expo 2025 for Tanzania section, Latifa Mohammed, says since the Osaka Expo 2025 started on 13th April, a total of 4.7 million visitors have visited the exhibition, of which 952,000 have visited the Tanzania Pavilion. She made the remarks in Japan at the Osaka Expo 2025, which is going on in Japan. Rahama Sababili, who is in Japan attending the expo, has more details.
It is the 44th day since the beginning of the Osaka Expo 2025, a world trade fair that brings together more than 160 countries around the world to showcase products, business opportunities, investments, and build business network. Providing information on visitors to the ongoing exhibition in Japan, Latifa says the exhibition has brought benefits to Tanzania, which has so far enabled the signing of 6 agreements between Tanzania and the government of Japan.
We are fortunate to sign the hospital of Benjamin William Mkapa. They record a contract, or I can say memorandum of understanding between Benjamin William Mkapa of more than 150 billion US dollar kidney transformation between Benjamin William Mkapa and the Osaka Authority of Medicine.
On the other hand, some of the Tanzanian exhibitors in the mining sector have said they aim to attract more investments in the sector, especially in the value addition, while some visitors from various countries are attracted by Tanzanians' attractions.
In this exhibition, now we are looking for investors to invest in the value addition chain. So we want interested investors to come to invest in Tanzania, especially in adding value of these gemstones. We want to cut the gemstones, to polish the gemstone, to make the jewels. Then at the end of the product, we export the final products from the gemstones and from the minerals. So we invite investors, and some of them have shown interest. They are very interested to participate or to come to invest in Tanzania.
I was very excited to see the art. The art looks like home. It's so colorful. And so I was very excited to see that. It's fun to have other Tanzanians to talk to and to enjoy Swahili. Yeah, that's what I enjoyed and was looking forward to.
We went to Tanzania in January 2025 on a JICA-led Ministry of Foreign Affairs Japanese companies to explore opportunities in Dar es Salaam and of course for the whole of Tanzania. So we've saw lots and lots of opportunities. What I can say, my impression of Dar es Salaam was that it's a big construction site, which means that it's really growing fast, and I'm very impressed with it.
I've seen this. Look at when I went to the table and see how it was well prepared in terms of presentation, invest in mining, invest in this and that different area. It showed me how the team was really prepared to showcase this to the Japanese. And not only that, many information was also in Japanese, and that encouraged Japanese companies. Now, from my perspective, my position as African diaspora and to Japan, I encourage Japanese company to take this step to visit Tanzania.
Showcasing all these opportunities here in Japan, but also grabbing the attention of 160 countries that are here so that they look at Tanzania much more closely and think of collaborating with Tanzanian enterprises, not only for the benefit of Tanzanians people, but also for the benefits of the world.
The exhibition is expected to end on October this year. Reporting from Osaka here in Japan, Rahima Sababili, TBC News.
The Southern Africa Development Community SADC member states are converging virtually this week to deliberate on the region's food security situation, with focus on strengthening agriculture chains and ensuring sustainable solutions amid climate change-related challenges. The virtual meeting of SADC senior officials started this week on Monday. Peter Chivima reports from Zimbabwe.
The meeting of senior officials kicked off this morning with us looking at various issues, including the food situation in SADC and also the agro-value chain situation in SADC. We are also looking at the water situation and the other value chains such as rice and potatoes, soybean, which we are looking at as SADC. So the meeting really is looking at those submissions which affect our food situation in SADC in the member states. We will make recommendations to the ministers' meeting, which will happen on Friday. And so we have started well, and we are looking at all these issues of food, of early warning systems, of agro-value chains, of water resources, and trade issues in SADC, in as much as the agriculture sector is concerned.
The Joint Ministerial Committee meeting held recently in Botswana's Kasane between Ministers of Transport ended an understanding of renewed urgency and optimism over the stalled Trans-Kalahari Railway project. Despite a bilateral agreement in place, no construction has yet occurred on the railway link meant to drive regional trade and economic growth. Johanna Riahos reports from Namibia.
As Works and Transport Minister Veiko Nikundi noted to the region's 4.2% economic growth, describing it as sluggish and urging the partners to ensure that the Trans-Kalahari Railway becomes a catalyst for development across sub-Saharan Africa. The initiative has started to gain traction, he said, adding that it holds countless benefits for people of the region. Botswana's Minister of Transport and Infrastructure, Noah Salakai, acknowledged both progress and challenges experienced since the last joint discussion held in Swakopmund in February. Technical teams are currently on the ground, he said, while the company CPCS Transcom UK Limited was appointed as consultant in March, marking a significant step forward for the project. Despite this praise, Salakai issued a reminder to all that the railway on its own would not be financially viable to cover its enormous $16 billion price tag. He thus acknowledged the need for a bold and innovative approach to addressing this challenge. He proposed reimagining the project as Trans-Kalahari Development Corridor, a broader economic and trade initiative that goes beyond simply the tracks themselves. Both ministers reaffirmed their commitment to moving beyond decades of planning and turning the Trans-Kalahari Railway project into a powerful engine of growth aligned with the African Continental Free Trade Area's aspiration.
In our tourism feature today, we explore the monkeys of Nyerere National Park. These monkeys aren't just part of the landscape, they own it. In this story, we take you into their world to see how they live, move, and thrive in one of Tanzania's wildest spaces. Waithangaga has more.
At first, you might hear them before you see them. A quick rustle, a sharp call, a leap from branch to branch. The monkeys of the Nyerere National Park, always on the move, weaving through trees, alert to everything. Some travel in tight groups, silent but swift. Others chatter as they move, warning of danger or claiming space. No tree is too far, no branch too thin. To them, the forest is not an obstacle, it's home and playground. By the shallow pools and winding streams of Nyerere, the monkeys gather playfully to drink. They splash their hands, dip their faces, and sip the cool water with ease, as if enjoying a well-earned break from their forest adventures. In Nyerere, even the simplest act, like drinking water, can turn into a test of survival. And the monkeys here, they are prepared. In the endless rhythm of the forest, the monkeys of Nyerere remind us of the beauty of movement, instinct, and connection. Waithangaga, TBC News.
Including the local news, let us take a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. CBC News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rates. Up next is sports news. Simba Sports Club assistant coach Suleiman Matola says they plan to bounce back strongly by beating Singida Black Stars in Tanzania Premier League after a dramatic miss of lifting CAF Confederation Cup trophy as held draw to the champion RS Berkane in final satanic clash encounter held at Aman's Complex Stadium in Zanzibar last Sunday. Matola admitted that Singida Black Stars has a very strong team to give them a tough challenge in tomorrow's match at KMC Complex Stadium, but they will use every possible weapon to outclass their opponent and take all 3 important points, while Singida Black Stars head coach David Ouma says they are ready to gauge themselves against strong teams like Simba Sports Club.
We thank God that we have safely completed our CAF Confederation final game, and now we have already started training before our match with Singida. We respect Singida's quality and we will assure that we get good results in tomorrow's match.
Simba Sports Club has 69 points, 4 points behind league leader Young Africans with 73 points in Tanzania Premier League table. Azam FC is in 3rd place with 57 points, while Singida Black Stars sits in 4th place with 53 points. That is sports news, and now before we conclude the news bulletin for tonight, let us take a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
Hello dear viewers, my name is Rebecca William and welcome for the next 24 weather forecast. And by starting with windy patterns, tomorrow we expect a light wind of 20 kilometers per hour for Lake Victoria and Lake Tanganyika, and for the moderate wind of 30 kilometers per hour for Lake Nyasa. While for the entire coast, wind is expected to flow at the speed of 40 kilometers per hour, and the state of the sea is expected to be rough. While Tanzania Meteorological Authority has issued an advisory of periods of strong winds reaching 40 kilometers per hour and large waves reaching 2 meters are expected over some areas of the entire coast. So precautive measures should be taken. And landfall models are still portraying the reduction of activities over most parts of the country. So for tonight, we expect Kagera and Mara regions to feature as particle condition, thunder showers over a few areas. Northeastern Highland is expected to feature as particle condition, light rain showers over a few areas. Where for the northern coastal areas are expected to feature as particle condition, rain showers over a few areas. And for the rest part of the country are expected to feature as particle conditions. While for tomorrow we expect Kagera, Geita and Mara regions are expected to feature as particle condition, thunder showers over a few areas and sun periods. Northern coastal areas are expected to feature as particle condition, rain showers over a few areas and sun period. Northeastern Highland, Morogoro region together southern coast are expected to feature as particle condition, light rain showers over a few areas and sun periods. And for the rest part of the country are expected to feature as particle condition and sun periods. Let us see next 4 days forecast from different cities and regions. There is some rain showers are expected. Dodoma sun period is expected. Mbeya sun period is expected. Mwanza sun period is expected. Kilimanjaro sun period is expected. Morogoro rain showers and sun period are expected. Arusha sun period is expected. From Tanzania Meteorological Authority, thank you.
And that marks the end of the news bulletin for tonight. Do not miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I am Teddy Mpanyanga. Have a lovely, lovely night.